Hello, my friends. I am back, and I am back to stay. Less videos though. I'm not gonna be gonna go crazy trying to make a ton of videos every week or whatnot. I'm just gonna make 1 or 2 videos a month, but I'm gonna bring into them a lot of love, a lot of passion, and a lot of juiciness that I like to bring. Again, mixing same style that I've done. I'm mixing knowledge, important kind of hopefully helpful knowledge about our inner journey with playfulness and fun and little skits and joking and all of those kinds of things. Anyway, so welcome to another episode of Goodness with Dr. Manu, where we explore topics of psychology, spirituality, and self-discovery with playfulness and a bit of humor. And today I'm gonna talk about the inner critic, aka the superego. Superego here, my friends, and I'm here to tell you that everything that Dr. Manu is about to tell you is nonsense. The truth is, you need me to keep you safe, period. Oh my goodness, what was that? What is the inner critic, my friends? So you know that voice inside your head that keeps telling you how fucked up you are? That, my friends, is the inner critic. That voice that is constantly commenting on how you messed up, how you did wrong here, there, or that, or this. And it's constantly telling you how you're supposed to be doing things and how you're supposed to move forward in life and this and that and all of these things. That, my friends, is the inner critic. Very annoying, very annoying. And you know, the inner critic sort of gets shaped very early on in our lives depending on our interactions with our parents, our culture, our schools, all of those things, they end up shaping that voice, that internal voice. And it becomes sort of like an internal police. It's like the internal law and order keeper. Make sure we follow the program and we stay within the bounds, the rules that we've internalized. Now, so let me give you an example. Picture little Rodolfo. Now, Rodolfo is this chubby, juicy, say 5 or 6 year old boy that's full of aliveness and just passionate. And he's like this chubby thing that just want to squeeze his cheeks and say, little Rodolfo. Anyway, so little Rodolfo is running one day. He's like happily running. And he is in the living room and opens the door to the outside and keeps running like his cheeks are bouncing. Really happy little Rodolfo running. And then he starts running towards the street. And then as he's running towards the street, imagine these 2 crazy maniacs that start screaming like, "Ah!" And then little Rodolfo turns around. And as soon as he turns around, he sees these 2 huge people, his parents, coming at him with this like intensity and fear in their eyes and as they are looking at him. Of course, so he completely freezes and gets terrified of the parents. Now they just saved him from running into the street, so good job for them. But guess what? That intense reaction, little Rodolfo internalizes it. And then he obviously is going to associate, okay, going to the street is bad. But now he's going to start internalizing that flavor of like, "Ah!" And then imagine him having repeated interactions like that with his parents, and someday his parents are frustrated coming from work. And I'm picturing normal here. I'm not picturing pathology like abuse, like severe abuse or all that. This is normal, you know, this happens. And one day mom comes out of work, tired and frustrated, and Rodolfo is like being really annoying, and she's short on him and kind of like snaps at him. So he takes that in. So then he says, "Oh, I cannot show my aliveness." So then that voice, that harsh voice starts getting internalized inside of him, and then he develops that internal sort of police. And then little Rodolfo grows up into a full adult, and well, guess what? One day his juiciness wants to come online, and that voice is gonna say no, and then internally, unconsciously, and he gets stopped. So for many of us, that inner critic becomes like this. At times it feels like this sort of like helpful companion. Like imagine a gym trainer. Like we're in the gym and we got this lovely trainer encouraging us to do the work. All right, bro. Awesome. You are kicking ass, my friend. That is exactly how you're supposed to be doing this. Nice. You're totally crushing it, bro. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. Amazing. Yeah. That's how you do push-ups, brody. There you go. Keep going. You're kicking ass. And we believe it. All right, buddy. Just a few more and then I can give you a water break. But as soon as we veer in a different direction, we start moving away from the program, the internalized program, a different voice creeps in. Okay, I need my break now. I need water. I need my break now, please. What the fuck are you doing? I told you to get the water after you finish a few more push-ups, not water now. Don't you understand? You are such a loser. Exactly the reason Mrs. Robinson didn't give you any candy on second grade, because you weren't able to finish anything, because you're such a loser. Cannot finish absolutely nothing. Piece of crap, piece of dog excrement. Just come on for once, finish one thing. You are such a loser. Okay, we apologize for that. Our actor seems to have taken his role of the inner critic a little bit too serious and kind of had a bit of a nervous breakdown. But not to worry, we've taken care of him. We've given him a lobotomy and he will not be a problem any longer. Anyway, our inner critic is not always a deranged maniac that's acting like crazy. Sometimes it's just a subtle companion, subtle voice directing us and telling us we should do this or we should do that and keeping us in line. And here's the thing, we are attached to it. We think we need him or her or it or they, whatever you want to call it. We think we need it. And we are so attached to it that it is kind of scary to not have it. Like we think like if we don't have it, our instinctual, animalistic, impulsive, dangerous forces are gonna come out and take over. We're gonna eat, devour the whole world if we don't have that police keeping us in check. So we're afraid to let it go. We're attached to it, and like who would we be if that voice wasn't there? What would it be like to have our heads without that internal commentary, police, etc.? Kind of scary, huh? Kind of like, oh shit, I don't want to be alone in this dark void of nothingness. But guess what? It's actually good to be alone in that dark void of dark void of nothingness. But that's a different story, a different video, and we'll talk about it sometime. However, here's the deal. As the inner critic, as the super ego, does those things, and as it keeps us in check, it keeps things status quo. So guess what? It keeps us from growing, from maturing, from evolving. And if we want to evolve, we have to be willing to get out of comfort zone. As soon as we start veering off comfort zone, that voice comes up again and tries to keep us in check. So we need to work with it. We need to actively work and begin to disengage from its attacks, which it thinks is keeping us safe. I mean, so poor thing. Its intention is pure. It wants to keep us safe, just as he kept safe little Rodolfo from running into the street. But now we're 45 or whatnot, and we're still having this 5-year-old keeping us, holding us in check. Not good, my friends, not good. But the good news is we can work with it. So now I'm going to tell you a few ways as to how we can work with him. Or her, or it, or they, whatever. Anyway, number 1, force. Using our own force, our own strength to kind of like reclaim it. Because in a way, that inner critic, when it attacks us, is our own power, our own strength is kind of like hijacked by it and coming our own way. So it's energy actually for doing things in the world that is being wasted on coming our way. So reclaiming our strength, getting into our power, getting into a strength, and using it as a way to keep it at bay. All right, number 2, it's humor. So laughter and being able to laugh at this ridiculousness can be very effective at disarming it. Now we catch it, we find ourselves, we see the attacks coming our way, and we just make a little joke or do a little Aikido move and start just laughing at it. And once we do that, we're going to be able to have a little bit more space from it and see its ridiculousness. All right, Mr. Loser, you are such a waste of my time. I cannot teach you anything, and you cannot learn absolutely anything. Ugh. Hey, shut up. Stop laughing. Stop. Hey, stop laughing. Stop laughing at me. Stop laughing. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at All right, number three is actually getting in touch with the pain, compassion, getting in touch with the pain that those attacks give us. When we actually really let ourselves feel how hurtful it is to have that internal voice constantly telling us that we're not good enough, it fucking hurts. I'll tell you that. Finally, my friends, understanding that is the most important, actually, being able to understand what is operating here. Where one piece of understanding is, where does it come from? Like, how did it kind of like the different components that got created? So the historical piece, we kind of understanding our relationship with our cultures, with our societies, with our parents. So many layers there that we can explore. And then the other is actually understanding the mechanisms, the actual mechanisms of how it works, the process of it. Like we feel fear and the voice comes up, or however it's different configurations from each one of us. So we gotta kind of like get in there and get our hands dirty with consciousness and really unpack it and understand how it's operating. Now, it's not just an intellectual, mental understanding, it's a total body, embodied understanding, like a full understanding of the process. And the more we have that understanding, and the more we're able to see ourselves as separate from it and see it as what it is, the freer we're going to be, and the less effect it's going to have us, the less it's going to hold us back from growing, from becoming our fullest potential, our fullest self. Anyway, my friends, that's all for today. Lovely. And I will see you next time. Woo!